Hello everyone, this is Queen Elimisha of Sankofa Life in Vidalia, Georgia. Today I'm going to talk about the face mask everyone is using for the COVID-19 virus. And so I started doing this about 2 weeks ago. Had got a message that I have an uncle that got sick in Detroit, and we lost him last week. Prior to that, then my daughter sent me a video on how to make face masks. Wasn't planning on doing it, so after that it became more of a mission. So I started doing it, and I started researching, looking at different things, looking at different videos, trying to see what I need to get. And I eventually uploaded it on Facebook and said I was making masks. And I had no idea how many response I was going to get from that. So I ended up having to find other seamstresses to help fill the orders. But like I said, I looked on YouTube, I looked at Facebook, online, I went to the CDC website. At the time I looked, which was last Friday, they didn't have anything on like a standard for making face masks. And I talked with one of the operators there, and the only thing she could confirm is that we could cover up something later. You know, the president came out that the CDC recommend that we do wear something, some type of fabric face mask, so we don't go out and buy a lot of face masks that the medical professional people need. So with that being said, basically I'm not going to explain how to make a mask because there are so many videos out there that's explaining how to make the mask. That's how I learned myself, by looking at several YouTube videos on how to do it. But I will give some pointers to the individuals that are making masks out there, some things that I found to be beneficial. Because one thing, I'm going to hold on to this one little pack. It's the 1/4 inch elastic. I just realized I found this before I decided to do this video. This is what I was using at first. It's hard to find now. So you have to get creative, all right? But one thing I want to remind people that they're all saying, make sure you keep your hands clean, okay? So when you're out and about, use the hand sanitizer, okay? I'm not going to tell you what brand to use, but use it. Another thing, they're constantly telling you, old-fashioned soap and water. When you're home or when you're away, going somewhere, make sure you just wash up to 20 seconds to get the germs out off your hands, okay? And the reason I have the Lysol up there, because when I spoke with the lady from the CDC, this is one of the products they do. They have, I shouldn't say endorsed, it's on their list of disinfectant sprays that'll kill the coronavirus on surfaces. And I'll explain why I have it up here. You know, you can use it to spray on different things, but I have it up here to show you what I discussed with her about using it on the face mask, okay? All right, so I got my little notes here, and by the way, this is my first video, so bear with me on this, okay? First of all, I'm gonna let you know there are different face masks. Basically, what I've been doing is the one with the pleats. I'm not gonna say, you know, if someone's out there making face masks, they're doing the best they can with what they have, because this is all new for all of us. Basically, I use 2 pleats. Some people use 3, some may be using 4. This is what I started with. This is what I will continue with until I run out of materials, and then I'll probably go to doing something else. But what I started with as a form of a filter, because I didn't want to and I noticed that I learned about that looking at YouTube videos, that a lot of people were using some type of filter in their mask that they were making. So I started with the interface, because like 3 or 4 videos that I watched, they were using interfacing first. Okay, so I started with the interface, and this is a fusible interfacing. Last week, I stopped using this. I'm about to run out, because the last time I went to a store, I'm not going to say the name of it, but I went from buying it for like $1 and something a yard, and what they had left was almost $4 a yard. So I won't be using that anymore, but I will still be using something. Someone I saw was one of my seamstresses actually told me about this today. This is actually a baby wipe, and it's dried. It's dry, and she said that she saw where people were actually using this as a form of filter. Okay, so I haven't used it, but it's something you can use. Paper towel, and I'll explain how you end up using this stuff. This is what I'll be using now, and it's felt. I ran into a lady in a store that were also making masks, and she recommended felt. And I called a friend of mine, she's an engineer, and her job actually asked her to make some face masks for them because they're still working. And she told me she had just brought felt, so I felt really good about that I had already purchased it. So I will be putting the felt in the mask now, and that's for the adults and the kids. Now, back to the mask. Like I said, there are different ways people are making the mask. You know, you have the kind that looks like the N95 mask with the open, the seam in the front, but it's not an N95 mask. We're not making anything like that, but we're trying to do something where you are protected. So, and you'll notice here the elastic on here is thick because I wanted y'all to really be able to see, because I got to show you something. A lot of people have a problem. I don't like anything behind my ear either, my ears. So what I've done is I actually took, matter of fact, let me just get the one that I had used. This is it here. This is my front part. And I just basically tied some pipe cleaner. And so when I put it on, you know, from the front back, and I just pretty much just hook it in like this. And with pipe cleaner, it's easy to bend, and it works well for me. But if you don't want that, you can use a piece of elastic. This is a hair band, and basically you can just tie it on like that, and then when you get ready to put it on your face, you can keep that on there and just hook it from behind, okay? Because a lot of people started making it with the elastic. Now, we're gonna eventually probably run out of even the little ties here, and I'll explain this. And if you do, but some people are already making the mask with the ties on it, and you can put the ties on different ways, and I'm quite sure this is supposed to be wider, but I just use this because this is just a display, a model, okay? So, you know, this is a piece of bias tape here, double fold, and you just tie it from the head part and lower part here. So that's another way to be able to secure the mask. Now, another thing, I saw someone send me a picture yesterday. They had their mask on and it was upside down. Notice when most of the people are making masks, they'll put a metal piece in here. What I found to work for me is the pipe cleaner, and I saw that on a video. So I use a piece of pipe cleaner and I put it here, and it, you know, bends for the nose part. Another thing, if you're not sure about the front or the back, always remember to wear the mask with the pleats going down, okay? Just remember, if you take it off, you want any germs or bacteria, anything. Well, not really bacteria, but anything that collects on it to go down when you're getting ready to take it off. You don't want it to go up. I heard somebody say that actually on a YouTube video too, and it made sense, okay? Another thing that I've seen is that some of the people at the hospital are wearing headbands like this, and what they're doing, they're putting buttons on the side so that they can put the elastic around the buttons, okay? So that's another way that you can wear your mask without putting the elastic around the ear. Let's see what else I gotta tell y'all. Different things that you can use, because it's hard to find products, okay? Like I said, I'm using these, but some of the seamstresses that are working with me, they prefer to use the twist tie, which is perfectly fine. Now, I will tell you this store, because they seem to always have a large supply of these items that we can use now, is the Dollar Tree. And I found these twist ties. It's a lot of twist tie for some nose pieces, and it also has a little cut on it. So I found this at the Dollar Tree. I found these elastics. They just headband, but they just say elastics. And then I found these little colorful ones too. So if you want to get a little fancy, you want to color coordinate. And basically what you'll have to do, unless you're doing what I call, let's see what I call that thing. I think it's wrap and go. That's what I call it. And I saw it on a video too, and I'll demonstrate that in a little while. But you can use these or just some rubber bands. But if you're doing it, making the mask with the elastic like this, you'll want to cut those little strips in half, okay? And then, you know, put them on it like you're supposed to. Like I said, I'm not gonna demonstrate how to do the mask because there's too many places that's showing it. Now, what I called the CDC about was, okay, you know, these are washable, they're reusable. But my thing was, I was going in and out of places, So, and I'm quite sure other people are too, and not washing it right then. So I asked them about using Lysol on the mask to kill bacteria on it. And she said because they had approved the Lysol to kill coronavirus on surfaces and fabric, that it was fine. So I was glad to hear that. So basically what you would do, you know, is make sure your hands and stuff are clean and everything, because you're trying to, you know, clean off your mask. So you're just spraying it, you know, you're letting the air dry, and with clean hands, you just, you know, for your next use, if you're getting ready to go to another store soon, you want to just put it in there, clean hands, and it's ready for you to use. Now, you're not going to keep doing this the whole 3 or 4 weeks or whatever. You got to wash it just like you wash everything, but it's for you going in and out. Okay, so, you know, just try to get as many masks as you can. But that's one way to make sure that is a way to kill the bacteria and the virus off your mask, okay? And I did call and confirm that with the CDC last Friday, which was on the 3rd of April. Okay, and I went over that. Another thing, I want to also make sure that when you're going out, make sure you're taking at least some hand sanitizer, your gloves, and your mask. It's almost like a kit. And that's something you can keep as well. Make sure you're doing the same thing for the kids. And if they don't have to go in a store with you, leave them with, you know, at the house with somebody responsible that's older, because they just really don't need to be around everything that's going on right now in those stores, okay? Another thing for the people that are making masks, whenever you're giving your customers their mask, make sure, I make sure I've sprayed them down. My hands are clean. The surface that I'm using is clean, and I make sure I spray it with the Lysol before I give it to them. And I use these little baggies. Again, you can get these from the Dollar Tree. I got these from another store, and they were a little shorter. I think the ones at Dollar Tree were a little longer, so they fit a lot better. But I place them in there in the baggie. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's got that little hook on it. I wouldn't include the hook. They can do that. You know, you can do that when you get it from someone, okay? And I usually do that, and then I make sure that's sealed really well. I put tape on it, and I seal it this way. And I usually put a card on top, so that if they need any more, they can contact me. Okay? So you want to make sure if you're doing masks, don't just hand people masks open, not covered up. You know, show them that you're really concerned about their health, okay? And do all you can to put the effort into making the mask, okay? Now, if you don't have someone around you that's making masks, oh, wait a minute, let me go back. I was saying about inserting some of the filters like this, even the dryer sheet, if you use this, what it is some masks are being made with a pocket in the back. I don't have any made right now, but I plan on, if I run out of certain things right now, I'm just making sure they are sewn in. But it's a pocket that'll be open, and so you'll insert I've seen people use the paper towel, but you can throw it away after you get through using it. This, I don't know how well this would wash. You may just have to throw it away. But if you get a felt filter, you can wash this, okay? So you would just insert it, and it probably wouldn't be this big. Well, it just depends on how large the mask is. But you will insert it so it'll help be used as a filter, okay? So that's why I had mentioned about the paper towel and everything. Now I'm gonna put some of this aside and show you the fold and go. If you can't find someone, thank you, someone that's making masks and you really need to go to the store, if you don't have to really go to the store, don't go. Don't go for a bag of chips. Ask a neighbor if they got some chips or something. Don't do that. Let's see. Hopefully I do this right. But basically you just get a handkerchief or a scarf. And I've folded this some already, but I'm gonna unfold it. Okay? And just to show you. Put these to the side. And I just call this the fold and go, okay? And I saw this on a YouTube channel as well. So just say this is your scarf or your bandana, okay? And what you want to do is fold it. And this also, people that make a mask, please use cotton fabric, okay? Use cotton. I forgot to say that. Make sure you're using cotton. It's breathable, so people can breathe when they have them on. Okay, so we're folding it that way. We're folding it again, all right? And you notice that fold is going down as if it was a pleat, okay? Oh, shoot. My little stuff moving. Mud cloth, okay? All right, and then you turn it over. And what you want to do is put these rubber bands on or the scrunchies, okay? This is kind of long, so you might not have, worry about having something this long. All right? And you put one on this end. All right? Yeah, this is real long. Let me kind of fix this in here a little bit better. Should have got a shorter one. But you do that, and then basically you have your mask for you to just rush out to the store or whatever. So that works, and you just, do this. Put it behind your ear, put it behind your ear. Make sure it's, covered up on your nose as much as possible and under here as much as possible. So, I think that's basically it. I just wanted to share that with you all because I know, even with me making masks and the people that are working with me to make the masks, we have such a long list, and I know people are wanting their masks, but this is just something just came upon us, and so everyone out there, they're trying to make these masks as quick as possible. So please try to have the patience of Job with us right now, because we're working hard as we can with it. And again, I'm Queen Elimisha, and if you got anything from this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.